Hey members, LA here. I'm just going to do a quick overview. I got a fairly comprehensive report, so I don't need to do a lot here. But what I want to show you is two things. One, the S&P is running off and leaving everything else behind. And two, there's just a whole lot of stuff out here that makes you wonder about risk off. So let me go through those with you. Okay, here we go. So starting with the S&P. So here's the S&P. It's popped up. It's made new highs, right? So it gets over the swing point high. It's got these two retest regions, and neither one's been tested yet. It should hold this area if it comes back. Now, it may just extend higher, given where we're at. So, I don't know, how this is going to pan out. But right now, this thing has gone off and done its own thing. Because if you look at the NASDAQ, unable to get over the highs, hasn't even got over the last of the two swing point highs, right? Quite a bit lower. NDX looks almost exactly the same. If you go to the Russell had made new highs but has fallen back so far, unable to regenerate. If you look at the primary indexes, SOX, it made a new high and then fell back really hard, and now it's coming back. But again, it's not at new highs. And finally, if we go look at the MAGs, now the MAGs got over the swing point high, so there's a retest region set up here, but they still have not got over the all-time highs. And so just from that perspective, you can see the S&P is kind of doing its own thing here, and nobody else has confirmed. So that's a concern. Until they confirm, it's a concern. Where else do we have problems? Well, for that, I'm going to actually pull this over and show you here gold breaks out. Silver on an unbelievable run, right? This thing's up 175% this year. The vast majority of that in the last 3 months. When you look at these two, to me, these are alternative currencies. Now, silver is a little bit different because there's industrial use, and that industrial use is getting more and more usage. But still, these runs are tremendous. Bitcoin, risk off. They just can't get going. Japanese debt, the yields just keep rising. If we look at the U.S. 10 years, right, it's trying to work lower, but it's kind of stuck there. But if you go look at the long bonds, so the rates are higher than they were when the Fed did its thing, right? They're basically at 87. That's about 13% higher since the Fed started cutting rates, and they've cut it from, it's 4.75 by 5. So they've cut a full point. So they've cut it 25% roughly. Yet yields are up 13%. These all tell you that something's awry. Something's not right. And that to me is concerning. So as we come into this new year, the reason for me to do this video is just to tell you is I think you have to be careful here. We're going to start out the year, maybe they push this thing higher still, but at the same time, it's just something's not quite right. Fast moves in currencies and in bonds are a recipe for disaster. And we've got a huge fast move going on in the bonds and Japanese, and that has been a carry trade forever. And then we've got all these risk-off type things that we keep staring at. And so, be careful out there and, have your plan and be decisive if things start to turn on you. All right, have a great one. See you next time.